Greetings to all. Today I am going to deliver a talk on demographic transition. In my presentation, I will focus on two major issues. My first point concerns with the stages of demographic transition. Next, I will focus on the causes of population explosion and measures of controlling population. First of all, I would like to give you an overview of demographic transition. Demographic transition is a model of economic and cultural change to explain declining death rates, declining birth rates, and rising life expectancies in Western nations as they became industrialized. Next, we shift on to the stages of demographic transition. The demographic transition consists of several stages. The first stage is pre-industrial stage. This stage is high death rates and high birth rates. The second stage is traditional stage. Death rates fall due to rising food production and better medical care. Birth rates remain high, so population flows. The third stage is industrial stage. Birth rate falls as women are employed and as children became less economically useful in an urban setting. Population growth rate declines. The last stage is post-industrial stage. Birth and death rates remain low and stable. Society enjoys fruits of industrialization without threat of runaway population growth. Now I'll focus on the causes of population explosion. Now I'd like to give you an outline of each causes of population explosion. The first cause of population explosion is high birth rate. High birth rate is a major cause responsible for the rapid growth of population. In India, although the birth rate has declined from 45.8 per thousand during the period 1891 to 1900 to about 25.8 per thousand in 2001, it is still considered to be substantially high. Population has increased four times over a period of 110 years to touch 1,210 million in 2011, that is 121 crores in 2011. Low death rate. The phenomenal rise in death rate in recent years is another important factor that has contributed to the rapid increase in population. The death rate is about 8.5 per thousand in 2001 and 12.11 per thousand in 2011 due to advancement in medical science, terrible and chronic diseases such as smallpox, cholera, plague, typhoid, and no longer feared. Better facilities for sanitation and cleanliness, provision of prenatal and postnatal care has reduced infant mortality rate. Early marriage. The practice of early marriage is another important reason for rapid increase in population in India. The mean age of marriage for girls is about 18 years, which is low compared to other countries of the world, which is about 23 to 25 years. This results in a longer distance for reproductive activity and the increase in number of children. Social and religious reasons. In India, every person has to marry because marriage is a compulsory institution as per social norms. In joint family system, nobody feels individual responsibility and everybody has access to equal level of consumption. Therefore, people do not hesitate to increase the size of the family. Most of the people thinking that at least one male child should be born in a family in the expectation of getting a male child, which go on increasing the family size. Poverty. Poverty is another cause which contributes to the increase in population. Children are a source of income of the family. Children at a very young age help their parents in work instead of going to school and thus prove to be an asset for the family. Every additional child will become an earning member and thus supplement to family income. Standard of living. People those standard of living is low tend to have more children because an additional child is considered as an asset rather than a liability. Since the majority of population is uneducated, they are unable to understand the need of the family planning. They are unaware that a small size of family will help them enjoy a better standard of living. Finally, I would like to discuss the last cause of population explosion is illiteracy. A major part of population, about 60% of India, is either illiterate or has the minimum education. This led them to accept minimum work in which they cannot even support themselves. Unemployment and underemployment further lead to poverty. Moreover, due to the prevalence of higher rate of illiteracy, there is widespread ignorance in the form of social customs and beliefs like early marriage and preference of a male child. As a result, there is a high rate of population growth in the country. I would like to raise briefly about the measures of controlling population. Couple protection rate. Couple protection rate should be increased, which means the percentage of couples using birth control or family planning methods should go up. Infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate must be reduced further because when infants die in lesser numbers, there is an incentive to adopt small family norm by the people. Industrialization of the country. The burden of population on land must be reduced. Cottage and small scale industries must be developed in villages to provide employment to the maximum number of people. This leads to increase in standard of living, which acts as a check on population growth. Increase in female literacy rate and education. The educated people have a better and more responsible outlook towards the size of their families. They can understand the advantages of a small family and adopt family planning methods to reduce the family size. This will help in reducing the birth rate. Late marriage. Late marriages must be encouraged. At the same time, early marriages must be strictly checked. The minimum age of marriage for boys at 21 years and for girls at 18 years should be strictly followed in real life. Legal steps. Strict laws must be made and enforced to check early marriages and polygamy. Finally, I'll highlight on last measure of controlling population is family planning. This is the most important measure to check the rapid growth of population. Family planning means limiting the size of the family. The family planning campaign should be a national movement. Education about family planning must be made common. People must be made aware of different methods of birth control. Next, I would like to discuss about the Human Development Index. Human Development Index is being prepared annually by the United Nations Development Programme. Human development has been defined as a process of enlarging people's choices. Finally, I would like to address the measurement of Human Development Index. The Human Development Index is based on three indicators: longevity, as measured by life expectancy at birth; educational attainment, as measured by the combination of adult literacy and the combined primary, secondary, and tertiary enrollment ratios; and standard of living, as measured by real gross domestic product per capita purchasing power parity. I hope you understand the topic related to demographic transition, stages of demographic transition, causes of population explosion, and measures of controlling population. Thank you.